Let's queer up business. Employees of popular gay-friendly LA restaurant have cars damaged in arson attack.
Now is why.
The general manager of Sorry Not Sorry on West Pico is trying to make sense of a recent arson at the Barn restaurant that left 3 employee vehicles damaged and customers and staff stunned.
Someone came out back behind our fence and they poured accelerant down the hoods of 3 of our employees' cars, slashed through their tires and set them on fire. And the scariest part is that the one car was next to our propane tank cage. So a few more minutes and that actually could have been a very catastrophic, fatal event.
Last Friday's incident is the latest in a string of vandalisms at the establishment.
An arsonist slashed tires and poured fuel over cars parked outside gay-friendly Los Angeles restaurant, Sorry Not Sorry, before setting the vehicles on fire in a property-damaging attack the establishment's general manager called deliberate and a hate crime. The restaurant's general manager, Brandon Waller, wondered whether the restaurant, being an ally to the LGBTQ+ community, has made it a target for anti-gay criminals. It was only by a stroke of good fortune that no one was injured. The firebug struck even as a popular burlesque show was in progress inside the establishment. What's more, one of the cars the arsonist torched was parked in a highly dangerous spot. Bartender Logan Elliott told NBC Los Angeles that when he saw his car in flames, the thought that came to his mind was that he had parked next to a cabinet full of propane tanks. The fires were set just a few feet away from the DJ, the performers, and the guests. Chef Kim Vu said that no one was hurt, but there was extensive property damage. In total, the attacker burned the cars of 3 restaurant employees. The bar manager at the time doused the flames with a fire extinguisher and called the fire department and police, but the perpetrator had already fled. And this is, it's horrific on its face, but even more horrific because this is like 2 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, and the last poor woman was murdered.
Right.
And this is beyond unacceptable. We need the federal government, the state governments to bring out the big guns, the FBI. These people need to be investigated and they need to be stopped now, not after the next one. They need to be stopped now. There are cameras everywhere. They can find out who did that and they need to do that immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I hope someone was able to capture it on some kind of a feed or footage so that the perpetrator is captured immediately and brought to justice.
Yeah, absolutely.
And more than just restitution.
Right.
You know, there needs to be some time.
Yeah, the craziest thought is the trend that this is becoming. People are not afraid to do these things anymore.
Yeah.
And that's really scary. And this is a very scary event because it could have been catastrophic, a fire, right? But I'm sure there's other things going around that we're not hearing of.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the last presidency, Donald Trump really gave a wave to a lot of, you know, homophobia and transphobia, and we're really, you know.
Well, you know, on that, on your tail right there, I mean, what you're talking about, it's not just like Donald Trump now.
No.
Now it's a whole new breed of DeSantis and all the other
we're
right
way
wing,
beyond that,
just, I mean,
hate mongers.
They're hate mongers, and they're really, there's a full on attack on our LGBTQ+ community. And honestly, as far as I'm concerned, and I'm always this guy at the table, you know, I'm not going to sit by quietly and let our stuff be burned and let our things get destroyed and our businesses and our people get attacked. Right. I'm telling you right now, and this is like really honestly, this is a message to all the youngins out there, the young LGBTQ+. This is your fight right now. Mm-hmm. And you have a lot of people who are in this conversation, who have been in this conversation, advocating for LGBT for a long time. Right now, Gen Zs, I need you guys to wake up and get in, put your little sleeves up and put your, iPads down and let's go. Let's get into this fight right now. Because honestly, this is your future. A lot of the people sitting at this table right now don't even need to be in this fight anymore. And a matter of fact, we could just go and live nice little quiet lives for 30 plus years and be done with it. We don't have to be involved in this craziness, but we are. And we are because we're all one community, one whole community, LGBTQ+, QIA, the whole entire alphabet, however way you identify. This is our fight right now. And they're coming for us, and they're coming for us in a violent way. Yeah. And I'm not saying that we need to meet violence with violence, but we can't be the victim of anyone. Yeah. That's it. We have fought too much. We have been in the streets. We have marched in the streets. Okay.
Fight back.
Yeah, we have protested. It is no. You can't come and push us around anymore. That's it.
Legal, we can pull, do all those things.
And bringing up Gen Z is very interesting because the thing is, we were that age.
Yes.
When we were
fighting on the streets, right?
I mean, I was young. I was in college. Right. It's not like that they're too young to join the fight. They need to get up. I think that
they're too complacent.
They're complacent,
and that's part of it is our fault.
And part
because
of it
we made it safe for them to be complacent.
We did. I mean, look, Villain Theater is a safe space, and it's worked to keep it that way. Because of violence in the news and stuff, we had to check people's bags and we had to take measures because we're afraid. If we see people acting up in shows and they start displaying signs of homophobia or racism and stuff, and we've had to ask people to leave and stuff, but really it's for all those 18 to 25-year-olds who take all our comedy classes who are queer and feel safe there.
You said that we did it to them, but I don't think we did. I think what we did though is we allowed this kind of idea that people were safe and that people were free, and we weren't. Florida has never been a safe place for gay people.
No.
And it's never had LGBTQ rights, and gays have never been full citizens in the state of Florida. And I think where we made our mistake is people allowed this false narrative that everything was okay and everything was done. Nothing was okay and nothing was done. I think that was the danger, because now they're complacent because they didn't know that there was a problem. And now we're going, oh, sorry, wake up, because we never actually did this. You never actually had rights. You need to get up and start fighting for them now.
But I think it's also important that it's not just Gen Z. I've been fighting for 40 years. I've been out 40 plus years now of my life, 2/3 of my life. And I've never once given up the fight. I've never been in your face about it. But I've stood there and I've paid fees and I've supported financially, and I've marched when I needed to, and I vote politically. You're right, we have made it easy, but I think we have to remind people that we are only a few steps further than we were 40 years ago.
That's right.
We need to continue the
fight's not over.
Exactly. The fight was not over. It was never over.
But it's built
and
the entire community.
I think we need to really look at that and go, wait a minute, okay.
But
we made a mistake. We can't do this again. That whole never forget
But it's the entire community that's gotten complacent, because for the longest time down here in South Florida, where it's okay to walk anywhere you want holding your partner's hand or giving a peck on the lips to your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you want to call them, it's been easier down here. And so we forget that there's places in Kansas and Missouri and Texas.
Well, the rest of the state, the rest of Florida.
That's why that's why we're not as active here in Florida as queers as in other places, because we have the false sense of acceptance.
It is a false
because
sense.
we can go to Wilton Manors in Miami Beach, and I live in Brickell. I hold my boyfriend's hand. It's not a problem. I see gay people everywhere. But it's a problem when we cross that line where we need to defend ourselves or we get attacked. Every year, almost after Miami Beach Pride, there's violence against gays. That goes reported.
Not just Miami Beach Pride, and that's what I mean about the false narrative.
So it's like
it's not been okay to walk around holding your partner's hand. You could walk around and hold your partner's hand, and the police weren't going to attack you like they did in New York, but you were always at risk of being victimized, and it happened all the time. The thing is, we didn't talk about it. We didn't go to the city hall and go, hey, 2 more guys got. I mean, I get the reports all the time committee down in Miami Beach.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. We get kicked out of pools in Miami Beach. Oh, you two are standing too close together. What are you doing in this hotel?
Denied entry at Wynwood clubs.
Exactly.
All the time.
Denied entry. So the thing is, we need to stop pretending like everything is okay and realize that, yeah, we took 2 steps ahead. But we have a lot of
miles to go.
Yeah.
We got miles
and
to
we
go.
need to start building on what we have accomplished and really take some giant steps now, because this violence, this is out of control.
But it takes the whole community. It takes the whole
This won't
community.
stop on its own. No.
Keep watching the only television news in the world from our LGBTQ+ community and stay informed on everything that is important for and about our diverse LGBTQ+ community.